What's the difference between bad debt and good debt? You know, it still shocks me how many people don't know the difference between good debt and bad debt. We're going to talk about it. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you why you always use a credit card and not a debit card. So in the video, I'm going to talk about good debt, and then I'm going to explain bad debt. Then I'm going to explain what still shocks me about all the differences between good and bad debt and how few people use good debt. Do you know how many millionaires get made just on good debt? Well, I'm going to talk about that. And the last and biggest one, I will absolutely thoroughly explain my first comment. Always use a credit card, not a debit card. So let's begin. First, let's just talk about debt. Debt is the cost of money, period. That's it. We'll write that down. Stop being so freaked out and shocked by it. I think a lot of people, because they listen to Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman and Dave Bach and the traditional, what I call safe and simple people. Remember, I'm the Millionaire Maker. I shouldn't say there's nothing safe and simple. I think we live safe and simple. I think that's ridiculous. Anyway, debt, but they've had everyone freak out about debt like it's a bad thing. And I remember like when I was growing up, even watching like Susie Orman say, cut up your credit cards, put them in the freezer. Why? My God, you know what's coming in the next 5 to 10 years? I mean, credit cards will probably go away. It's still going to look like a credit card, and it's going to be loaded up with your digital and cryptocurrencies. That's how the world's going to be transacting. So you can't get over this inherited weird behavior about, I got to be debt-free. Why? I don't know any millionaires that are debt-free. Maybe later in life because they don't want to do the generational transfer of the debt to the next generation. But debt is transferable to the next generation. I mean, why would you, if you have a bunch of assets and a bunch of liabilities that are supported by good debt, why would you, because you're going to pass away, pay it all off? I mean, if you really thought this through, the insanity, and I'm going to just say lack of education, that most of the world operates around what debt is. I mean, I just tell you, it's crippling you. It's crippling you and keeping you super small. So debt's just the cost of money. So you say, well, bad debt. All right. So what's bad debt? Bad debt is when you actually take your credit cards and you go out and you just shop for stuff you don't need. And here's what bad debt really is. Bad debt is not because you overspend and you live beyond your means. That is totally a lie. Here's what it really is. You don't know how to make money. So if you actually knew how to make more money, then you would use your cards because you'd want the points and you'd want the good credit and you'd want to know what it would do to your corporate credit. But see, what really happens is you don't make enough money. You don't know how to make enough money. And by the way, you need to be searching all my past videos for everything about how to make money, how to make money, how to make money, and how to make money as an entrepreneur. So when you know how to make money, you just make more and you can spend more. You can have anything you want. Like I am never going to be that person who says, live within your means and reduce your life and reduce your spending. No, increase your ability to make money is the answer to all of it. Because what happens is when you're not making enough money, then you use your credit cards to live on the life that you really wanted. And then that just starts accumulating. Then the worst thing that people do with bad debt is they roll it all up at the end. They go to some, debt reconsolidation place, pay them a ton of hidden fees, and then you take your lifestyle and you bury it inside your house payment. Horrible, horrible, horrible answer. You're going to devalue your house because you aren't doing the right thing. Learn to make money. All right, so that's bad debt. And bad debt, the reason the interest rates keep climbing up is because you're pretty much, with all the AI going on, they know your behavior. They know that you don't make enough money. You're going to consistently put the rest of your lifestyle on a credit card, and you're going to cycle back through over and over. As Robert Kiyosaki called it, that's the rat race. So welcome to the rat race. Here's how wealthy people live. Here's how millionaires live. We use good debt. So good debt is everywhere right now. You can get good debt at the banks. There's not a lot. The interest rates are great right now. You can get funding. We can get 21 months of 0% finance funding. You can get EIDL loans from the government, SBAs. I mean, millions of dollars they are giving to businesses. You have to be incorporated. You have to have a P&L and a balance sheet, which you need to have anyway. And you have to have a really good business plan, fill out a pretty big application. But I have most of my clients and students absolutely going out and getting the money. Why? Because it's free. At minimum, it's free for 12, 18, 24. I know people that even have 30 months of 0% financing. So that's good debt. And then you use it in arbitrage. I have real estate clients who are using that money and going to buy land, or they're buying more property. They're using it to rehab. So yes, some of my clients, I know clients that are in $1 million, $2 million, $5 million, $7 million of good debt. It costs hardly anything to use it, and they're using it against great assets to flip and buy more properties or land. How does a business owner use it? So a business owner can use it for more marketing. You can use it for create your own YouTube channel if you're out here watching. You can use the money to create more ads. You can create a better website. You can create a membership portal. You can use it for any sort of growth inside your company. And you can use it to actually invest. So I have clients who actually have investment accounts within their company and are using it to invest in cryptocurrency. Now your company has another asset called cryptocurrency. There are so many creative ways that you can use good debt. You just got to get over that weird psychology of, oh my gosh, I'm going into debt. Good debt is how most people have leveraged their life to become multimillionaires. Multimillionaires. So, all right, if you have this weird issue with debt, it's on you. Got to get that all changed in your head. It's an inherited behavior. Here's what I would say about inherited behaviors. If you can't explain why you do what you do with money, it wasn't your choice. You didn't make a decision. You inherited someone else's behavior or opinion about how you should be running your checkbook or your life. Crazy making. So good debt, we thrive on it. We teach it. I love telling you all about it. Bad debt, learn to make some more money. So if you're enjoying this video, I need a lot of thumbs up, a lot of likes, a lot of love, and I really want your comments. The more you comment, the more we can engage. I'm very high touch. I mean, people get my cell phone number, our teams. We love helping you sort this all out because sometimes your past behavior, your inherited behaviors are going to interpret what I say one way, and then you're just a little bit off. So always call in, check in, make sure you're doing the techniques and the strategies that I'm teaching you the exact way I teach them, not just a little bit off. Can't be a little bit off when you're going to do this. Good debt and bad debt, critical to your life, to your millionaire plan. Now let's go to the next one. What shocks me still today is when I go out. I mean, just go out and go shopping and notice. Do a little exercise. And as you go to wherever you go, when you go out shopping or you go out to a restaurant, notice how many people pull out a credit card or a debit card. It's fascinating. So my son's in college and he actually noticed it. A lot of his friends would use cash or a debit card. And they kept saying, Logan, why do you use your credit card? Every time we're out, you use a credit card. You never have a debit card. You never use cash. You always use a credit card. And he's like, well, do you even know the difference between a debit and a credit card? And most people don't. Because again, inherited behaviors. If your mom or your friends or your dad or whoever is using a debit card, typically you think, oh, using a debit card is just simple. Debit card is using your money just in time. Like you're putting your card in, it's taken out of your bank immediately. So why, again, using other people's money, would you not use someone else's money, a credit card company's money, for 30 days, 29 days, 28 days, depending on your pay schedule? Why wouldn't you always use a card? You get points. You increase your credit, number one. That is huge. You increase your credit. Even if it's just small amounts, you're going to put small amounts on, make sure you pay it off. Put small amounts on, pay it off. I'm working with college students. I do a lot with college athletes, and I tell them to go get typically what are the easiest, and MasterCard and Visa should take one out of American Express and Discover's playbook, because it's actually easier for students to get American Express and Discover cards than it is to get a Visa or a debit card. Shocking, but it is. So I tell them to get cards, and maybe on the Amex you pay for your gas or any car maintenance. Make sure you pay it off every month, but use your card. Maybe for the Discover card, you use it for food, or if you go out, for drinks or whatever with your friends, and then pay it off. So I'm fine if you have up to 4 credit cards for very specific uses. The way you pay them off is you pay them off one per week. You're never debt free. You never completely pay everything off in that one day, because the next day you're going to use your card again. You don't have money in the system. Financial institutes look at you as a viable person, an entity. When you're using money, you're putting money in, you're putting money out, and there's a flow of money through the system. So if you're stagnant, as Susie and Dave Ramsey and all those guys think you should be, you're not getting anywhere. Then you wonder, why can't I get a good house loan? Why can't I get a car loan? Why do I have bad credit? Because you're not using any money that makes you a viable entity, person to give credit to. So use your credit card, not your debit card. So rack up points. Believe me, there are amazing credit benefits right now. I mean, from Forex travel to cash rewards. I mean, use all that stuff, always. And don't use your debit card unless it's absolutely necessary and it's the only thing they take. Use somebody else's money, right? It's just a short-term form of using 28 to 30 days of a credit card company's money versus yours. And you say, well, what do I do with my money? Well, that's another video for another time and another lesson. Your money should always be making money, and in a system to do that. Different video, different time. Right now, seriously, with the economy and the volatility of that's what's going on, if you're serious about being a millionaire in 3 to 5 years, I mean, we got people getting it done in a year, 18 months, 24, and that's not a fantasy, and it's not that they had some big leg up. You can do this. promise you. Now, to get started, let's read the Millionaire Maker book. So in the description below, I want you to click on the link. I want you to get my Millionaire Maker book. I want you to read up to the first 3 chapters. That'll give you what's called a gap analysis to really start understanding where are you, what do you want, and then the rest of the book builds you a plan. So enjoy my gift.